Art wall tape 5. It feels like you should be doing that, though.
It's okay. So hello, who are
Hello,
you?
I'm Nyah Grace. I'm an R&B neo soul singer songwriter from the States, from Oregon, but now living here in Manchester,
Where actually is Oregon? I don't think I know.
above California, below Washington State.
So
So
on
on the
the
West Coast.
west.
Yeah, straight on the West Coast.
I thought Washington D.C. was on the.
No, yeah, Washington State. So like Seattle.
So there's Washington D.C.
Yeah, and
and
then
there's
there's Washington
Washington
State.
State.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm right below Washington State.
I was actually talking to one of my friends about this like yesterday because they were like, "Oh yeah, I'm thinking of going to Yale," and I was like, "I have no idea where in
I'm quite
America
bad with
that
it as
is."
well. I hate, you know what? I hate when people ask me like about like I'm like, I'm not totally stupid, but like whenever someone asks me about like US geography, I'm like because I feel like I have to be the representation of it.
Well, there are 50 states. Like, how would
Yeah,
you
it's a lot to
keep track
remember. It's a
of
lot to
all 50?
remember.
Um, but how are you enjoying Manchester? Having
I
moved
love
here?
it. Yeah, I absolutely love it. I mean, fourth year now, so yeah, it's crazy that I've been here so long. It's actually like flown by. Like I was thinking the other day, I remember first year, and it's just absolutely flown by. So yeah, we were just talking about this. I'm excited for next year to kind of experience it as a non-student, as just like a person, a working person existing in the world. So yeah.
Were there any like massive like culture shocks that you had when you moved here?
People always ask me this, but I actually lived here for a couple months on my own doing my first album when I was like 16,
Oh
17.
wow,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
That
yeah.
was here,
No, not in Manchester, but
but in like the UK.
yeah, I spent a lot of time in Leeds. So I was like obsessed with
Whoa.
Leeds. I wanted to go to Leeds College of Music. That was like my dream. And then I got a foundation year. So didn't go there because I was like, I'm not doing a foundation year. So thanks, Leeds, for not letting me in. But yeah, no, so I um recorded in Hebden Bridge. You know Hebden Bridge?
Yeah.
Yes. So I did half my album in Hebden Bridge and then half of it in Brixton. So yeah,
Whoa,
so I
that's
was over
cool
here. I was like
actually.
16, 17. I came here for the first time when I was 15 with my mom. And then I started coming over here just for music stuff when I was like 17. So I
Wow,
was like,
okay.
I always knew that I was like, I just like, I feel British. So I feel, it feels like home
Oh,
to me.
have you seen those people on TikTok which are like, I think they call it like TCRA or something like they're like, oh, I was born white, but I feel like I should be Asian. Like, have you seen those? I'm not
Yeah.
saying that's what you are, but it's like if you feel like you should be British, like
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like obviously not that bad, but like it's just funny that you feel
Yeah.
that way.
No, I actually do. I actually do. But it's so funny because people think I don't have an accent, and I actually get offended because I'm like, I'm British, guys. I feel like I have a slight accent. I've been here 4 years. It's fine.
I feel like you're American. It's not the most like strong American accent I've
No,
heard.
yeah. People always tell me it's not annoying, which I guess is a compliment.
I was
So
gonna say I don't think it's annoying.
that's
I
good.
think I tend to find American accents quite
I think
annoying.
it's because my voice is quite low.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, you've got quite a nice like tone.
Thank you. Okay.
Mm.
I feel like this whole episode's just gonna be us slating Americans. We're
I
just like
mean, I'm gonna
alienated
try
the
and keep
American
it not
audience.
that way because I have quite a few American friends. They're gonna watch this and
Do
be
you
like,
actually? From where?
so one of my conduct friends is from New York.
Oh, cool.
One of the violists in my class is from Cincinnati,
Yeah, yeah,
I think.
yeah.
Don't kill me, Celeste. Um, one of my friends, Abby. I actually have no idea where she's from. But she's just from America.
Okay, yeah.
I feel like I have more, but I can't
That's
think of them
mental.
now.
I'm going to New York tomorrow.
Tomorrow? What are
Yeah,
you doing
tomorrow.
there?
Technically Wednesday, but yeah. Um, I'm going for a gig.
Just
Yeah.
wow,
Yeah,
that's
no,
cool.
no. It's a
Like
bit
a solo
mental.
thing or
It's like an intimate. It's a long story, but basically, I did a gig in 2020, a Zoom gig
mm.
with this. Don't want to call them a company. They're like an R&B community called Feel the Space, and it was like a total Zoom gig, like full on lagging while I'm playing. I think it was like I sang like 3 songs. It was really cool at the time. I did loads of those in lockdown, and then he emailed me like 2 weeks ago, being like, "Hey, we're doing a in-person gig in New York City. We really want to like have you come out." And I was like, yeah, sure.
That's
I can't
so
afford that. But he's
cool.
paying for my flights and like my no, it's mental.
Oh
It's
my
actually mental. Like
gosh.
I actually feel like Beyonce. It's craziness. I'm
That's
so
insane.
excited. So he's like paying for my flights, my hotel, and it's gonna be like a sick gig. It's like an intimate in like a sunken living room in Tribeca. No, I'm so
Whoa.
excited. I'm actually so excited. I
You're
actually
gonna
can't
have to send
wait.
me photos.
Oh my
I'm
gosh,
sure I'll see on your
yes.
Instagram as well. But
Yes.
like,
Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's gonna
that's
be so
so
fun.
cool.
And there's like an after party thing, and like I know it's
Whoa.
crazy. And I've only been to New York once, and I was 14. And obviously, I was doing the full like family tourism kind of. It was for my sister trying to see if she wanted to go to Fordham University, but yeah. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. But yeah, no, I'm just so excited to just like go and experience it as like a full on musician.
That's so. I've always wanted to go to like America. Like, obviously, I want to go like as a tourist, but also I think it'd be cool to like go as a musician, like see what
Yeah,
music scene is
yeah.
like.
No, definitely. I'm excited. I also just find it crazy because I'm 23 now. And I keep thinking this. I'm like, I can drink when I go to New York. That's crazy. Like, I
Oh
can
yeah,
fully,
of course.
that blows my mind. Because I was talking about this to my friend Rebecca last night. Because I'm just like, in my head, when I like saw people go to the bar and order a drink, they were like 40. And now I'm like well past that age. I'm going to be able to like gig and have a drink. And like, it's craziness to me.
That's actually so cool.
It's weird to think about.
There's so many like cool bars in New York as well. I always see on
Yeah,
TikTok.
yeah. Should be fun.
Yeah. So you know your name, Nyah Grace. Is that because that's not your
It is my actual name. It's
but
my,
is that your middle name?
yeah, my first and middle
What
name.
made you choose that instead of?
So to be honest, because I was 15 when like I started establishing my artistry, because I was signed really young. I was 14 when I met my manager, and I think 15, 16 when we actually signed. So I was really young, trying to figure out like, oh, my name, all this stuff, just figuring out my brand really young. So young that I don't actually think I fully figured it out at the time. I was just kind of like going along with whatever, just feeling in the moment. So honestly, it's like I picked it when I was 14. I kind of have to stick with it. But I just thought like Nyah Branch, obviously like Branch, like I love my last name, but Branch is not. Well, also Michelle Branch is like a really popular artist. So I was like, okay, I can't also have a similar name to somebody else. Also, just Nyah Branch, I just don't think sounds very nice. I wanted to be just Nyah for a bit, because I thought that fell into the like Beyonce, Rihanna kind of category. And then I was just like, well, you know what, Nyah Grace. It's so funny because everyone always thinks it's my last name. I booked a practice room the other day, and someone was like, "Branch is your last name?" I swear it was Nyah. And I'm like,
really?
Or I swear it was. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
I feel like Nyah Grace is a nice like name to have.
Do you think it's quite common now though? The Grace,
really?
Yeah, the Grace. I'm noticing on TikTok. I'm like,
oh, I've not noticed. Maybe I've just haven't been on TikTok recently. But maybe
American TikTok. I think.
Okay.
Every time I see one, I'm like, maybe you should change your name.
But I guess if it is actually your middle name,
yeah, that's my thing. But Grace is like the most common middle name ever. I feel like.
Really?
I think so. I feel like I'm always meeting Graces.
I'm trying to think how many I don't think I know any Graces.
What's your middle name?
It's not technically my middle name, but I just use my Chinese name as my middle name.
Oh.
So it's Hyuyang.
That's beautiful.
So,
it's way better than Grace.
Oh, I think no, but it's nice and different. I think Grace is a nice. That's a nice meaning.
I do like my Nyah. I do just feel like Nyah Grace. I did like a classical thing the other day, and they asked my name, and I said Nyah Branch, and I was like, that feels so weird to say, because I just do feel like Nyah Grace now.
You feel Nyah Grace?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Well, one of my friends, they always used to go by their like name and then last name. Then they changed their last name to their Chinese last name, I think now. And now everyone that I meet like always references them as like their new name, and I'm always like, that's so strange, because I always knew them for like years as like their other name. Yeah, it's always funny that way. I was gonna ask you something. What was I gonna ask you? Oh, your Instagram username. Is it?
Everyone always gives me shit about that.
I wasn't gonna say anything about it.
Okay.
What is it?
Care about it. No, so no one gets it. I've had a like year-long battle with this. It's a long story. You know, it's so funny. People think my name is like Nyah NYH now. No. Really, I was just messing like, and because it's Nyah NYH.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, really, I was just messing about. I really just wanted a username that didn't have any underscores, dots. So I was
Yeah.
underscore Nyah Grace for ages, and then I went through a really big phase when I was like doing my starting my new or my second album, where I was like, no, I'm just gonna be just Nyah. So
Mm.
I was on a hunt to just like get rid of the grace, get rid of the dots and the underscores. Now I just like the way it looks, but like people always ask me about it. I'm like, guys, is it bad? I like it.
I
It's
don't
kind
think
of
it's
it's
bad.
just like it's a bit different, isn't it?
So are you gonna lose the grace? Do you think you're just gonna keep as
No,
Naya?
I am gonna keep the grace for like my artistry name. Now I might go back to the underscore, but it's a long story.
Mm.
Basically, I there's a woman on Instagram who lives in Turkey who has the Naya, just the Naya username. And 3 years
Yeah.
ago, I DM'd her being like, please, like, I want this username so much, like, actually, like, begging her.
Yeah.
And she's like, nah, like, I love you. Or no, sorry, she never responded. And then she randomly responded last year, like,
Oh
years
wow,
later,
okay.
and was like, oh, I like my username, but like, best of luck to your music. She was really lovely. And I was
Yeah.
just like, girl, please, like, I really want to, blah, blah, blah. And she was really nice. And she was just like, no. And I was like, okay. And then, like, a week later, she got hacked. And I'm like,
Oh
she's
wow.
gonna think that I hacked her to get that username. No,
No.
she fully got hacked. They changed the username to like about info helps. Then the account got deleted, and now that username is just floating in the ether because like I still can't get it.
Oh, to be fair, Instagram does that sometimes
They lock
because
it.
yeah, they lock
Mm,
the username and I
yeah,
don't know
yeah,
why.
yeah.
Because I changed my Instagram username recently as well.
Mm,
And I wanted to change it to Jeanette Zetto, but I couldn't change it because it belonged to some random old Asian lady somewhere with like 0 followers. And I was
mm-hmm,
like,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
realistically, if I message her being like, hey, can I have a name? She's probably not gonna see
No,
it.
yeah, yeah. I've messaged. I know everything about the Nyah Grace girl. She lives in the Philippines. I've been like,
Yeah.
I've researched her. I'm like, please, can I have this? No,
Wow.
I've. This has been like years of my life. For some reason, it's really just. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do whatever
Yeah.
looks nice and just
I wish
stick
I
with
could get
it.
that username. But then
It's a
I
good
tried to change
choice.
it to another one that I used to have, and then they're like, like that you can't have that one. And I was like,
It's
that's
weird,
so
isn't it? They like
strange.
lock it and then yeah, it's strange. It's really
Yeah. And
weird.
like you check to see if anyone's got that username and it's like no.
And
And
they
it's like
don't. And then they can't. Yeah, I checked for like the just like Naya. It doesn't
mm,
exist. And they're like, no, you can't have it. Like, okay, Instagram. Apparently,
yeah.
if you get famous enough, you can just take it. I read an
Really?
article about a football player who, or the guy whose username was just stolen, and Instagram just deactivated his account, and the footballer took that username of the name. Yeah, it's craziness.
To be fair, I'm probably if you pay enough money, I'm sure they'll do things to
100%. So I'm just gonna have to hope to be famous so I can get that
I'm
username.
sure you will be, to be
So,
fair. So it's so hard, even like coming with the username for this, because I also hate the look of underscores and dots and
yeah.
everything. And obviously, I've done it with this account, but for ages, I was like, what do I call this? Um,
I
but
like
yeah,
art wall.
I mean, it makes sense,
It speaks
really.
nicely as well. Art wall. Do you know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like it
it was
sounds
just I didn't
nice.
want the Instagram username to just be art wall
Yeah.
because I feel like it wasn't like podcast name. Like it felt like it could just be an art thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what you
Um,
mean.
but yeah, I mean, I quite like these. The username now is supposed to be temporary, but it's stuck.
What is it?
So art
Again?
wall tapes,
Yeah,
which
that's
is why
lovely.
the
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
works.
exactly.
So if in future episodes you see the thing,
Mm-hmm.
that's Naya's. I'm slowly collecting everyone's ideas.
What were the other contributions?
Well, Jack did the meal deal thing.
Oh, was it his idea?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
And then when I told Rory that Jack mentioned that to me, Rory was like, "Oh yeah, it's like the what's in my bag thing," and I was like,
That's
"Oh,
genius. You're gonna die
so
about my what's in my bag because I was like, I was gonna do the meal deal, and then I was on the bus over here, and I was like, you know what, maybe I should do the what's in my bag. Genuinely, I'm not fabricated anything. And I remember when you said to me like last week, you were like, you seem so put together. Like you seem like you seem like you get up at like 5 a.m. and have a big glass of water, girl. My bag is like it's just like a true representation of who I am
really."
as a person.
I feel like we might as well do it now since we've
Oh, this
mentioned
is
it.
exciting. Okay.
And I usually leave it to the end because I always forget. So it's nice to do it now that I remember.
Okay, so to preface, so this is kind of cheating though because it's a tote bag, and like a tote
fine.
bag is just like an endless pit of randomness. I feel like, but this is OPB radio. This is my great grandmother's, so it's Oregon Public
Aww.
Radio.
That's a nice bag, to be fair.
Hey, thank you. It's got like a massive stain. Like great
Oh,
grandma, what is that stain?
can you get rid of it? To be fair, I guess
I
it's kind of
don't
it tells
know.
the story.
It's yeah. It's like
Yeah.
vintage. I don't know when it's from, like the 90s or something. First of all, we have my phone. We have so on my way out when I was in a rush, and then those men were fighting on the bus. My package got delivered, so we have my Amazon package.
Wait, so what happened on the bus? Sorry, sidetrack.
Yeah, it wasn't anything. I was making it sound like it was like, because I had my headphones in and I thought it was like two men were like brawling. It was literally someone who didn't pay, and the bus driver got out and like went up the stairs and was like, "You got to pay the full pair." Like, fucking, I'm not blah, blah, blah. And then they were just going back and forth, and then he just kept saying like, "You're not 17." Blah, 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 blah. And there's and he was like fully upstairs, like just like yelling at this guy for like 5 minutes.
Because when you texted me saying there's a fight going on the bus, I fully thought you meant like hands.
No, I'm just dramatic. I was just like, I heard men yelling and I was like, oh my God, Jeanette, I'm like dying. Someone's like, someone's been stabbed. Oh my gosh. No, he was just yelling at him about the fair. And then I was like, oh, okay, it's fine. But it was like a full 5 minute back and forth.
Wow. Why didn't she text you saying like, be safe? I was so concerned.
You said that and I was like, maybe I'm being a little bit dramatic. I was like, no, I actually think it's fine. I should have just told you. It was just the guy like not paying the fare. No, so I have my Amazon package that I ran out the door and it was there, and so I just grabbed it. So there's that. There's my CeraVe healing ointment. I don't go without this ever.
It's like a hand cream.
I use it for my lips, but I think it's like rebounded on my lips, which is really annoying because I use it so much. Also, it says non-greasy feel. There is a bit of a greasy feel. Okay. I'm not going to lie.
But, like, do you mean, like, you just used it so much it's just stopped?
Yeah, I think it's like a rebound. Like, it just doesn't want to work anymore. Because I use it, like, 3 times a day.
Sometimes yeah. Well. But actually, Charlotte put me onto this lip balm called Blistex.
Oh, yeah. I feel like I've heard that before.
Yeah, and if you get the Med Plus version, it's in this, like, blue little, like, pot. It's actually, like, £2, and it's usually buy one get one half price, buy one get one free, and like super jogger boots. Literally the best thing ever.
Writing it down. What's it called? Blistex
Med Plus. Like Charlotte told me about it. I told Nyah, and I'm telling you, and I tell literally everyone because it's actually so good.
I'm actually in the market for a new lip balm, so this is really exciting.
Give it a go.
I was thinking the Elf one.
Oh, I didn't know.
Elf, like I was looking on Reddit randomly. So I was like, and someone said this one they use for night, and then they use the Elf one for day.
Oh, wow.
But I'm like, Elf's a bit of a hit or miss.
I kind of agree. Sometimes I think it's really good, but then sometimes I'm like a product gets a load of hype, and then I'm like, actually, I don't know if I like it or not.
Yeah,
like you know the sticky primer.
Yes, the putty one.
No, it's like a little squeezy tube. But it's supposed to like grip it to your face, and apparently it does grip, but it grips so much it makes my makeup patchy sometimes. Anyways, sorry, please continue.
We're sidetracking so bad. It's so funny. I've got my bonnet because when I stay at my boyfriend's, like, and sometimes I forget my bonnet and it just ruins my hair, so I have to have like an emergency bonnet for. I don't know.
Your hair always looks so good, by the way.
Thank you. Always. I'm experimenting with my curly hair recently. I'm on like my curly hair journey. I've worn my hair straight for the past like 15 years of my life. And then all of a sudden I was like, you know what? I'm just going to wear it curly.
I think your curly hair looks like so
thank you.
Not that your straight hair doesn't, but like, you know.
Oh, thank you. It's like a bitch to maintain. But it is so much easier than me, like, because my hair's not like, it's frizzy. So it's like when I'm blow drying it straight, it takes like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And that was just like my life for ages.
But really?
Yeah. But now I'm like, no more. I got my bonnet. Protecting the curls. I've got a random receipt in here.
I have so many in my bag, actually.
It's a McDonald's receipt. And then I've got the cap to something. And then I have, this is actually like not a lie. This is actually making me like sound really gross. I can't lie. There's half a protein bar in here from yesterday. This is actually from yesterday, and I don't know why I saved it because I'm not gonna eat that because it's like open. But it's have you had these?
The Gain bar.
They're the off-brand like grenade bars from Lidl. Okay. They're £1.50. Oh my god, they're like incredible.
Is it good?
Oh my god, they're incredible.
I love how Lidl names their fake
Gain bars. Yeah, I live right above a Lidl, so I'm like a little advocate. I'm Lidl. Such a little advocate. Then I have my AirPod case, which is a Starbucks. Cute. My boyfriend got me this for me. It used to have a straw, and then it snapped off. Oh, it also, it's like, it's gone all gray, but it's supposed to be like whipped cream on the top. It's just like gone disgusting.
That's kind of cute though.
This haul is actually making me look gross, like I'm realizing.
It's not the worst I've seen.
Okay, thank God. Once I pulled this out, I was like, wait, am I grimy?
I feel like that's a bit of a rogue one.
Yeah. Then I have my keys. A hairband, because I always need a hairband for this. Actually goes with the bonnet because I do the pineapple method, so I like put it over in the hairband, in the bonnet. I've got my club card.
You've got a physical club card.
Yes.
That's insane.
You know why? I haven't figured out how to hook it up to my phone. All I have to do, literally, this is so funny. All I have to do is enter in the number into the app. And every time I go to do it, I never have the card. And I just always forget to do it. You know what? I'm going to do that when I get home. Because it's actually, because you know, this is fallen off. The whole barcode, that's fallen off. So I use my physical club card.
I've not seen a physical one in years.
It makes me look so old. I've got mini scissors.
Like nail scissors, right?
I don't use them for my nail. I use these for gospel, I think. Because I took this bag to gospel. I can't remember what I used it for.
I was gonna say, I'm like, is there anything that needs like
nails? I don't know what I use it for. I think they're just like emergency scissors. Sometimes I use them for like boob tape or like I don't know.
That's
if I
quite
say
good.
that. Yeah, like they're just like emergency scissors. A mini thing of perfume. I always need perfume everywhere. Like my biggest. It's Initio.
Oh,
you can spell it if you like. There's like none left. I don't know why. I'm terrified of stinking.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
No,
isn't that lovely? I love a
nice.
musky perfume.
Yeah.
Like I want to smell like a man. But yeah, no, my biggest fear is smelling like anything ever that's not like roses and daisies or like, do you know what I mean? Like it's actually like I will fall asleep like having nightmares about people being like, oh, you stink. So like, I need loads of spray. Usually I bring deodorant as well, but I forgot that. And then I have nail polish.
Wow.
Not gonna do my nails, but I just have. This is probably also from gospel.
Emergency.
Yeah, just like I don't know, but yeah, that's my bag.
To be fair, that's the kind of fun what's in my
Is
bag.
It? Okay. Yeah. I was just like on the bus and I was like, girl, I was like, Jeanette's gonna die because she thinks that I'm this like wake up at 5 a.m, have a big glass of water, like put together.
I think no, but you still give off like that kind of vibe. So even if you're not,
I
well,
love
to me,
that.
you give off that vibe.
I really, really love that. I love that you think that of me, but it's just not.
Anyways, back to music. What kind of? So you always go down like the R&B route. Like, what kind of influences like are your main points? Like, do you have lyrical influences or like music?
That's a really good question. I feel like growing up when I'm longing this out, but like when I was really young, it was Selena Gomez, Hannah Montana. Like I was Selena Gomez's #1 fan. I wrote her letters and like, I wrote her one letter, and like drew her a picture being like, I love you, blah, blah, blah. I was obsessed with her. So like Selena Gomez, Hannah Montana, I was a big Disney girl growing up. So that's like my first influence when I started writing. And then I went to a jazz camp when I was 13 and I got really into Billie Holiday.
Jazz camp?
Yeah, a jazz camp, yeah.
Like summer camp but jazz?
It was like it was in my like local town at the uni there. So it was like a day, it was like a week-long thing, but you'd go for like 4 hours out of the day.
Oh, okay, I see.
I don't know, my mom found it and just like said, I don't think I was super into jazz at the time. I was really into music, but I think I was like kind of like just experimenting. And then I went to that jazz camp and we were like put into bands, and my band did this song called Soul Food. It was like Soul Food, talking about something. They need yams. Oh my god, I can remember it. That's crazy. And then we did It Had to Be You, Billie Holiday, and then I like fell in love with Billie Holiday ever since then. So that was a big phase of mine. And then I started to get into like Norah Jones, Corinne Bailey Rae. I was really into jazz. I was writing like super jazzy things at the time. My first single, Black Coffee, is like quite a lot jazzier than I am now. But those were like my first kind of influences, is like 13 to 14. And then it was big into Corinne Bailey Rae, big into Norah Jones. And now I'm like super into Cleo Sol at the moment. Sasha Keeble, I just saw her gig.
I'm actually so jealous.
Oh my god,
so jealous.
I can't. That gig changed my life. Really? It actually changed my life. It was so fun. She was so cool, and like the band and the music. Oh my gosh, it was incredible. I went on my own as well, and I've never been to a gig on my own. And oh my gosh, it was like the best thing ever. Who else am I into? Cleo Sol, Sasha Keeble. Yeah, those are my big ones, I think. Olivia Dean, like all the like normal. Yeah.
I didn't realize you listened to Sasha Cuba until I saw you at that gig, and I was like, oh
It's
my
crazy.
gosh.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't feel like many of my friends know about her
No,
actually.
she's quite small, I feel like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think like literally undeserved. I feel like she should have like way. She's
She's such incredible.
insane.
You know how I got that gig as well? This is so random. Her drummer followed me, and then got me guest list to it. You know Hone? They're like a pop kind of like,
Maybe.
yeah. Got me guest list to that, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, play for Sasha Keeble as well." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, like please, like, are there any blah
Yeah.
blah blah?" And he's like, "Yeah, I can get you on guest list, blah blah blah." So I just got on guest
Oh
list for
my
like it was the
gosh.
craziest thing ever. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Shout out to Dwayne. That was the best night of my life. Actually,
Thanks, Dwayne.
thank you, Dwayne.
I just sorry. Whenever anyone says Dwayne, I know there are other people called Dwayne, but like obviously The Rock just popped up in my
Oh,
head
Dwayne the Rock. I love
immediately.
The Rock.
Someone called Usher followed me on Instagram the other day, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's obviously it's not Usher."
Oh, okay.
It's not.
But
obviously.
you never meet another Usher, do you though?
Well, that's it. So that name popped up, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Oh my gosh, you're like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I know it obviously wasn't, but that's when people's like faces just flash.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So when you're writing your lyrics, do you like draw from like experiences or like kind of just vibes?
I draw from straight vibes. I always say, this sounds so stupid, but I always say like I try to story tell rather than, I've never really been one to like have something happen to me and then be like, okay, I need to, oh sorry, word my hair is like, it's gonna be like
No, okay. I feel like I've hit my mic so many times. I'm so sorry if you can hear all these like bits and bobs.
just all of the viewers are going deaf because it's just like
whack. Yeah.
No, yeah, so I don't really like, I'm not the type of person where something happens to me or I go through a breakup or this happens and I'm like, okay, I need to write a million songs about it. I always wished I was, but I just started like growing up and in my teen years, I didn't have a lot of experiences per se. I was super like, I was a real late bloomer. I didn't have my first kiss till I was like 18, 17. Like I was like, oh my gosh, yeah. Can't believe I just said that to the viewers.
Everyone's gonna know now.
Everyone knows that now. I think I was
time...
17. Yeah, I was like a real late bloomer.
Wow.
I think I was like a, I don't know how to describe it. I was just, I was just late bloomer. But so I would like create stories. I would like create like these like, I was just a big daydreamer, big like into, it's crazy to think about because I was having all these like amazing experiences, like 16, 17 being in London, just like recording. But I was just a big like, big daydreamer, really late bloomer. So I was just kind of like writing random stories, writing random things. So I kind of try to write like from my own experiences a little bit, but now it's like so ingrained in me to just, write stories, I guess. And then now it's just kind of all I do. But I also write based off how words sing and how they sound and stuff. Yeah. So not like really rhyming, but the way I write is I kind of write chords down. I do come up with the chords first, and then I just kind of like sing a certain melody, and then all of a sudden I'm kind of like, words are just coming out of my mouth, and then I'll take a voice memo of it, and then I'll listen back to the voice memo and I'm like, oh my god, I said this, I said that. It's just random words, and then I'll create a story based off that.
Oh, that's actually such a good way.
Yeah, it's odd, it's weird, but I've never in my life written a song where I'm like, ooh, these are gonna be the lyrics, and then write to the lyrics. Like I'm not on the bus and I'm just thinking like, oh, that's a good lyric. Like the melodies and the chords come to me first.
That's really interesting because I think Charlotte told me this like a while back. Like we didn't mention in the podcast, but I think she does lyrics first, and then I could be wrong.
I think loads of songwriters do lyrics first. Like that's like
I
think that's like the proper way to do it. I just never had that.
Well, I don't think that is a proper way to, because I feel like if I were to write a song instinctively, I would always go music first and then lyrics. So I think it just depends on what comes to you more naturally.
Yeah,
I guess. But you play piano and guitar as well, right? Or just
yeah. I play piano and guitar. I've kind of gotten out of it recently. I'd say maybe I play guitar a little bit more, but my knowledge is very limited.
Really, when I've seen you play, I'm quite impressed.
Oh, thank you. I'm really good at blagging it. I'm really good at like, because I learned from Google. So like I literally would like Google like what's that chord? What's this chord? So I have like a set of chords in my head, and that's kind of how that's where my writing is probably limited. It's just I've got my set chords, and they're like complicated chords, but it's just because I've memorized the shapes of them in my head.
Yeah.
And then
well, that's all it is, isn't it? A guitarist
yeah,
thing, really.
it is, yeah.
But because I'm always really impressed by how much you can sing and play at the same time.
Oh gosh,
because
thank you.
I feel like I can sing and play, but not like I can't play complicated things. Whereas I feel like you do quite interesting things when you're.
Oh gosh, thank you. It's my biggest insecurity though. I really struggle with like I don't really practice it that well. Like I don't practice that often, and I don't really keep it up. So I'm kind of always just like, I need to practice a bit more. But I've been really like spoiled lately with like amazing musicians who've been able to accompany me, and I've just really started to love that because I'm just like I can actually focus on what I'm singing and sing really well. Yeah.
Who's in your band now?
So I've got Satch, Dan, and Connor, and Ruben. Guitar.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Graduated Ruben. Yeah.
Oh wait,
Not Ruben Haycox.
in our year.
Yes, yeah. Ruben.
I was thinking, I was like, I don't feel like Ruben Haycox does much R&B, but you know, I'm not gonna question it.
You can if you want Ruben. He's so amazing. I love West Side Cowboy.
Oh my gosh,
I love them so
I've
much.
still not been to one of their gigs because all their gigs clash with mine. But I saw their first ever gig.
Yes, the one that Connor put on.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
So I can technically, I've not been to any recently, but I was there at the first one.
Yes, so yeah.
They're doing amazingly.
Yes, yeah. Connor Ryan Williams also in my band though. He's in London now though.
I was gonna say,
he's in London. He's my London band.
Every time I see him in college, I'm always like, why are you in the nicest way possible? Why
I never know when he's here. He like showed up randomly last week, and I was like, hey.
He doesn't tell anyone. He just comes.
No. He's just like appears. Okay. But in my head, I'm like, you're fully London. Yeah,
well, I don't actually know what he's doing in London, but I'm sure he's doing amazing. But I'm sure he comes up a lot for like vacant gigs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Did you sing at that gig? The one that you put on?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny about that gig? It was like the first gig I'd done in months, and I was coming off of like a really, really rough time musically. I was like scared shitless to do that gig.
Really?
It was like a great gig, but it was like, you know, an acoustic one. It was probably like 20 minutes, and I was like so stressed. I'd built it up so much in my head, like performing again. I just developed like stage fright. It was really strange.
Well, because I remember in first year, you used to gig quite a lot, and then not. I remember when I saw your name for that, I was like so excited.
I know. I think that's what built it up as well. Everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, you haven't done it in a while." I'm like, ah. Yeah. I went through a really weird like in third year, like the end of second year, all of third year. I was just like, this music stuff is really hard, and I was just not feeling inspired. I didn't want to write anything. I was like hating everything I wrote, and also like the self-doubt was like unbelievable. Oh my goodness. So I've really tried a lot of. It really wasn't until I started writing the second album that I kind of finally started to get over that and finally started to see the other side. Yeah,
but it's good because then you like learn from and also I think it's good that you had it as a student. And it's probably going to come back later, but like in future, I'm sure you'll know how to like deal with it a bit more.
Yeah.
There was actually one of your Instagram videos. I remember. I think it was when we were in first year. It was one that you posted. I think probably before you came to college.
Oh yeah.
I don't think you ever made it. Well, actually, I don't know. It might be on the new album, but I don't think you ever made it into a song.
Which one is it?
I remember I actually cannot even remember how it went, but I just know that it is on your Instagram somewhere.
I'm really bad for that though, you know, like posting snippets on my Instagram and just never finishing the song. So it's probably not finished.
I mean, after this, I'll go through and I'll find like which one it is.
All of the ones on my Instagram are like half songs that are like, I kind of call them like my Instagram songs. Like, do you know what I mean? I wrote them. I really struggled to write the second verse for them. I should just do a whole album of just like, because people like yell at me on TikTok. They're like, it's been 3 years. Why is this not out? I'm like, because I can't write. And it's just like its own little thing.
But it's not. I quite like those little things.
Yeah.
You know, like Now, is that her name? Nao.
Yes, yeah.
Now, on one of her albums, it's the one with like the blue, green, yellow kind of covering her in the middle.
Yes. Like the one's like.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Is that the first album?
I think so. The first big one. It was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I only discovered it recently, which is
Why, it's so
insane.
good. I love that song.
But you know, she's got like little voice memos
Oh,
in
does she?
that album. Yeah.
Mm.
And I always enjoy it's like tiny little snippets that I wish were longer, but I just go
Mm.
back and repeat them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, and there's also another like Korean artist. I think they do like they call them the Archives album, and they do like little snippets of like short songs.
Mm.
I love those. So maybe you
Mm.
just
Yeah, let's just do
compile
that.
them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
they're fun. What was I also speaking of gigs,
Mm.
what's been your favorite gig recently?
My favorite gig recently. Oh gosh, see, I'm blanking now. Mm.
Have you got any coming up that you're really excited about?
Oh yeah, I've got the one in New York that we were talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to. Did we talk about? I can't remember if this was a recorded conversation.
This was a
or
recorded
this
conversation.
was a recording. So I've already spoken about that. No, there's one I just did that I love that I'm like completely blanking on. Why am I completely blanking? But yeah, I just did my friend Emil's gig at Ramona.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
you were there. Oh my gosh,
I was on the
loved
front
that
row.
gig. Yeah, I loved that gig. It was really really fun. It was super, yeah, just really fun, super chill. I'm doing another one on the 11th of April. That's going to be like a converted railway archway something.
Oh my god, where
Yeah,
is it?
yeah, yeah. Arch 69.
Oh my gosh,
But
that
when
sounds
I've like
amazing.
Googled it, it doesn't come up. So I'm like,
where is it?
I don't know. I actually couldn't tell you. All they've told me is that it's like going to be converted railway art. So I'm assuming it's outside. Like I'm assuming it's like, well, I feel like it's going to be outside. When I think of that, I think of, the place right by the people do like open mics there, right by Brickhouse, that pub, like right underneath the bridgey bit.
Oh,
That's what I
okay.
think of. So I'm like, is it
I
gonna be
was
just
thinking
outside that?
like, you know where oh my gosh, where's it called? You know where Lock 91 is?
Yeah,
Like I thought it'd be like one of those
it could be
arches,
that. Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah, it
just
could be
under a
that. I feel
bridge.
in my head, I'm like, it's outside, right?
When is it? April 11th?
April 11th. Yeah.
Oh, well, you're gonna miss it. Sorry. But
It just happened and it went really well.
I'll come. I'll come. That sounds cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it should be sick.
Yeah, nice. Have you trying to think? You are in my top artists in like 2022.
Oh wow.
Or some no, maybe it was the end of 20 when we were in first year. Yeah, end of 2022.
Yeah.
I think you were in like my top 3 because I just listened to your last
that's
album on
crazy.
repeat.
Oh.
And I was actually too scared to talk to you back then.
Oh, stop.
So I thought you were so cool.
Oh, stop. And now you know I'm a loser. So like,
no, literally not at all.
So you're like, I can talk to her.
Not at all. But actually, you've collaborated with like an insane amount of people. I remember seeing, I always get her name wrong, Corinne
Bailey Ray.
Yeah, on My Sister.
My sister told me, yeah.
How did that happen? That's insane.
That was like the craziest thing my whole life. Basically, so the guy who produced half of my first album is a guy called Steve Christenthau, and he did her first and second album. He wrote like Put Your Records On, Like a Star. Okay. Yeah, like co-wrote all of those with her. They're super, super close. And yeah, my manager, I think, just emailed him off the cuff when we like first started working together. And then he was like, yeah, I'm down to work together. And then we just became really, really close. He's like my uncle. Like he's literally like the best guy ever. And it was because I was like 16, 17, like over there pretty much on my own. And him and his family were just like so welcoming. It was the best thing ever. We'd just like record all day and then like we'd all have dinner together and like it was just lovely. It was like the best, really, really nice time. I became really close with his like best friend's daughter, and it was just a lovely. So we'd like go out in Leeds and like it was just so fun. A really, really good time. But yeah, he obviously still in touch with her, and then I think messaged her being like, oh, she's doing this is girl Nyah Grace doing a new album. If you want to collab. And then she came over. She was pregnant at the time. She was so lovely to me. Really, really sweet. I remember her talking about just having gotten like a Uber or something and how she uses like a different name. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever. That is quite cool, actually. That's actually so baller. Yeah, she was so lovely. And then we wrote that song together. I kind of loved she like kind of took like a back seat. Like I don't know how to describe it. Like she wasn't like, no, we should do this. No, we should do this. She kind of like let me lead it, which at the time I was really, really grateful for. but I found quite nerve-wracking because I was just like, no, I just want to do whatever you want to do because it'll be a masterpiece. But she was really, really, I don't know, just really lovely and really good at letting me lead the session, but also kind of leading a bit. And then we wrote it with Steve as well. It was just crazy. It was such a cool experience.
That's so yeah. Again, I remember seeing that, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's the girl who
Yeah,
sang
it's
Pretty
mental.
Records."
Yeah, mental.
So you were also telling me about the choir that you've got coming up for your next album. What's that?
Yeah, it's a song called I Can't Love You the Same. To be fair, a couple of the songs on my next album have like choral sections, choir kind of bits to them. The guy that I wrote them with, De Jour, he grew up in church. So he's just got like, a heavy gospel influence just kind of within him. And in the past couple of years from being in RNCM, I've gotten really into gospel music. As you know, us being in the gospel choir, in the gospel choir band, the string arranger, the unofficial string arranger doing everything. I've just gotten really into gospel music, and I've just kind of started writing with kind of gospel in mind. So I went to LA in August and wrote 2 of the songs off my album with De Jour. We wrote them in 3 days.
Whoa!
Wrote and recorded the songs in 3 days. Wrote the day of, and then the next day just kind of finalized recording. It was craziness. We were working so fast. And I went to him I was like, I really want to write a song with a gospel choir, but I wanted to go about it in a certain way, be really respectful, not just kind of doing it for the sake of doing it and just sticking gospel choir on the end of it. I wanted to have to show the inspiration behind it, because I have such a respect for gospel music, and it's really, really influenced me in my writing in the past few years. So we wrote I Can't Love You the Same together. It's my favorite song I've ever written. We were just talking about this. I'm being really precious about it at the moment. Everyone's getting really mad at me because we're trying to get the mix perfect at the moment. It's the one song on my album that hasn't been mastered yet. So I'm pushing that deadline. But yeah, so De Jour is from DC originally. And so he got a choir director that he knows of in DC to record the choir version of it. It was the coolest thing ever. They FaceTimed me. I think it was 1 a.m. for me, and I was about to go to bed. I literally had my bonnet on, and then he was like, "Oh, we can FaceTime you," and I was like, just in my hand. I was like, "Hey guys, good morning." Blah, blah. They were so lovely, so cool, and then he had me listen to the mix and tell him how it sounded. It was so sick. And so yeah, and that's what's on the song.
That's so cool. You also did a dance thing recently, right? Someone made a choreography to More.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. Actually, the craziest thing ever. That was so cool. They did a choreography to More, and then they did choreography to And I Love Him.
Really? Yeah, I didn't see that one.
Yeah. And then she invited me to come to the class.
Did you dance?
No, I wish. What's so funny is a month after that, I got into heels dancing.
Really?
But at the time I wasn't into it. I was just like, oh my gosh, it's the coolest thing ever. I'm I could never do that. When I started, I was like, they make it look really easy, and it is not that easy. But I got to watch these people dance to my song with choreography that she'd made. It's crazy. So cool.
So you heels dance now?
I kind of got out of it, but I was really into it a couple months ago.
Yeah.
But I've slowed down since then.
Did you have to have special shoes? Because I know
you do. Yeah,
you need the ankle support ones. Right?
Yeah. You need the ones that are open toed and have the lace shit on them. But when I was doing it, I was just using my heeled boots, and then I just recently got the proper shoes.
Why do you need specifically those ones?
I have no clue, actually.
Because I know you need one that supports your ankle, but I didn't realize it had to be specifically those.
I have no clue. I'm the wrong person to ask. I have a feeling that it's because I don't know. Maybe it's because it's that's just the ones everyone has.
Maybe. I feel the lace makes sense because it's you can tighten it. So
yeah.
But I don't know about the open toe. I actually hate wearing open toe shoes.
Same.
I don't like having my toes
I don't like showing my toes. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't like having my toes
no
out.
one gets to see my toes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just stop looking at my feet.
Feet are weird.
Feet are so weird. And then I'm I feel obligated to paint my toenails. I don't want to do that.
I never paint my toenails because I feel also, I don't know, because then I never take them off because it's my toenails, right? But then it's just chipped nail
Yeah,
polish.
exactly. And it's like grown out. I'm like, I'm not dealing with that. I haven't even painted my nails though.
I need to redo mine really badly.
Mine are horrific.
Going back to the gospel thing, you know your song with Owen?
Mm-hmm.
Is that are you guys gonna release that?
Oh gosh, we haven't even spoken about that. We definitely could.
I'm actually in love with that song, like
Oh.
so much, and everyone I know like loves that song.
Oh, I do love that song. I really struggled with that though, because it's hard to like going back to like the being respectful thing, because it's like I never grew up in church and I love gospel music now, but I was really stressing about like, you know, just like feeling like we're writing it just to write it and like going about it the right way. So I don't know if we'd ever be able to release it just for that reason. I think I'd like stress out too much. But I do love that song. I think he's doing it in his recital. So
Is he?
If you go to his recital, we can see it again.
Oh my gosh, that's so
I know.
sweet.
I do love that song. It took so long to do for us. Oh my gosh. It's really funny though, looking back as well, because we wrote it because I was going through like a really rough time, like I said, in third year. Really, really rough. I just did not want to write any music. And also just mentally, I was not doing that well. And then Owen was like, why don't we write a gospel song? Like, gospel always makes us feel better, blah, blah, blah.
Wow, was it from that long ago?
Yeah. It was before Wayne had even asked for like people to write gospel songs, I think. Yeah. I think maybe he'd like mentioned it off the cuff in one rehearsal. And yeah, we were just like, yeah, let's just write a gospel. So it was a year and a half ago or something like that that we started writing it. And then when he started bugging people, we kind of looked at it a little bit more. And then, yeah.
I feel like you and Owen are also just like such an insane combo. Because I mean, I love your stuff and I also love Owen's. I think Owen's vocal arrangements and everything are incredible.
It's mental. It's
I
crazy.
should actually get him on this podcast.
Yeah, you really should. He really should. Yeah, he's so underrated. Like his abilities are just like he does not get enough credit. It's crazy.
Well, I didn't know him very well until this year because. So you were in my jazz class last year, I think.
I forgot about that class.
Which is so funny.
Oh my gosh. Shout out to Seabury. I'm never doing that class. Never. I completely blacked out. I was just like,
really? Owen's doing so well in it.
Yeah,
at the moment.
Thinks he's bad. I'm like, you're good. No, you're actually good.
He literally rocks up. I think the first week, obviously I don't think anyone really looked at the tunes, and then like everyone got the Steve Berry like kind of.
Gosh, he's terrifying. I love him. He's so scary.
I love him, but he's so scary. But then literally the week after, Owen showed up and just like smashed out the park, and all of us were like,
"Oh my god! I hope he listens to this because he's gonna be like."
I hope so, please. But also, I remember watching his recital last year. Again, I don't really know him that well, but I think I was playing in it actually because someone couldn't do it, so I ended up playing in it. But I was actually just blown away by his entire recital. And then I've known him this year like through jazz and then like doing like gospel, and actually he's so lovely.
His ears is crazy. Like I just get like the things that he hears. I'm just like, how did you hear that? How do you know that that's what you're supposed to do? This is like his and his vocal ability, but also he's just got such a gift for like hearing how things are supposed to sound. Yeah, vocally, it's just really, really cool.
Yeah, no, he's.
You should get him on.
I actually should. I need to make a list of people I'm gonna get on, and it's also finding the time, but that'll be fine. Also you mentioned earlier, so there's like fun fact section. You have lots of like little hobbies that you do. What was the most recent one?
Clay. I was really big into clay. I made I ordered like air dry clay off Amazon, and then paints and all acrylic paints, the whole clay varnish. I made my boyfriend a mug for our anniversary with like characters of all the TV shows and movies that we've ever watched together. That's like so I was, oh my gosh, making that mug was so hard because I've never made a mug before and I'm not very good at it. It's hard. Oh my gosh, it's so hard. But like I ordered all the proper tools off Amazon. I made like little coasters that are like an 8-ball and pool balls and stuff. And then what else have I made? I think I made something really by my bed I made like a little sardine dish. It's really cute. So I like painted the sardines because I love painting stuff. I'm big into painting. I'm not very good. I'm really not very good.
I didn't realize you were like into art.
I am. I really am. But I have to. I've always been into art like ever since I was little. Like I was the kid where like for my birthday people would get me like a 20-piece crayon set or like that was my big thing. But I just feel I find I need to have some sort of like other release other than music, or I'll just go crazy, because like music consume, like everyone, it consumes my brain all the time. And so when I was writing my album, I made a point to, I ordered a paint by numbers set off Amazon, and so every night I would
That's
just do a
so
little bit of my
good.
paint by numbers, and it was so therapeutic for me. I was like, I need this or I'm gonna go crazy.
I feel like it's always good for musicians to have a different creative outlet than
Yeah.
music.
Mm,
Just I mean, it also actually enhances like your music life
mm,
as well. That's so fun. I didn't
mm,
realize you did that.
yeah.
Do you like just paint? Oh my gosh! Actually, your next album,
Yeah.
are you gonna do the artwork for it then? I was gonna say
I had
that'd
a
be
full photo
so
shoot.
fun.
Yeah, I'm not that good. It would be like, oh my gosh, it would be so bad. I feel like you're overestimating my ability.
It's just a smiley face.
I'm picking it up. No, I did like a full photo shoot for that. Yeah,
Whoa!
yeah,
You've
yeah.
always got the nicest photos
Oh,
as
thank
well,
you,
by the
thank you.
way.
This one was really fun. I got like a creative director, or I'm working with a girl called Maisie, who's doing like creative direction for me as well, and like kind of helping me like put my visions together, because sometimes I feel like I have all these ideas, but executing them is a whole other story. Yeah, it was so lovely. We did like a full day, and the girl I got to do makeup brought her little dog. He's like a little Pomeranian. He's like a
Oh
year
my god,
old. Oh my
that's
gosh,
so
it was the best day
cute.
ever. And then Maisie brought like these friends to help out. It was just so fun. So much
That's
fun.
so cool. How do you
Yeah.
find these people?
Um, how do I find these people? Well, like the makeup artist I found on a different shoot for like a function company.
Mm,
She was the makeup artist, and we just really got on. And she was just so lovely, and she had the dog, and I was like, this is like
just
the
bring the
perfect
dog.
situation. Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah.
I like need to be around a dog. And then I think my management found Maisie, but funnily enough, she was like following like loads of people from RNCM, because I think she's like done a red room or something
Oh,
before.
okay, yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like kind of because she's from here. And then yeah, crazy now. Yeah.
Nice.
Mm.
So when's the album? Are you doing like a waterfall release or?
Yeah, pretty much. So I've got my first single coming out on April 9th.
Oh, so it'll be out by
Yeah, it'll be
what?
like
Which one
Only
is it?
Mine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called Only Mine, coming out April 9th. And then I've got my second single coming out sometime in May.
Okay,
And
so
then
keep a watch out
keep a
for
watch
that.
out. And then, oh my gosh, yeah. So when this comes out, hopefully,
It'll be close to the second
yeah,
one.
it should be
Yeah.
really close to the second one. And then the album coming out at an undisclosed time, some
Oh
maybe
my
somewhere.
god.
Yeah.
I'm actually so excited. I cannot wait.
I hope you like it. It's a lot different
Mm.
to my first album. I feel like the nice thing about this one though is like I didn't go into it thinking I was going to write an album.
Mm.
So like I went into the session with DeJour. Um, I flew over. My management were like, we really want you to do this, blah blah blah. I kind of reluctantly did it because I was like, this is so much pressure to
Yeah.
fly over just to meet with one guy. We'd like spoken briefly on FaceTime, but we'd never like written together on Zoom or anything like that.
Mm.
But he'd been wanting to get in touch for like years. I think he found me like years ago, but like because I was on my kind of hiatus.
Mm.
And then finally I was like, you know what, like, let's just do this thing. And on the first day we wrote this song that we both hated. Like we both didn't want to say, but it was like the complete opposite vibe. And then I remember him saying something. He was like, oh, I didn't know you like complicated chords like this, because he's like a ridiculous keys player. Like the keys like move throughout him. I've never seen anything like it. And he started doing these like wacky chords, and I was like, I love that. Let's do that. And he's like, oh, this is like, he was like, this is the complete opposite of what I thought you'd want to do. And so we kind of just started like writing together, and we wrote Only Mine in a day, less than a day, half a day, like recorded 90% of it on the second half of the day. It was only a 3-day trip, and we'd like finished 2 songs, like completely done recorded. But besides the choir, like all of my bits were done. And so then we were like, okay, I was like, I kind of want to do an EP. And then DeJour ended up coming over to the UK to record in London, and recorded where I did my first album at the Dairy in Brixton. And on the first day we wrote Something We Hated Again, and on the second day we wrote one of the songs that's on the album, finished it that day. And then the third day we wrote like another one, blah blah blah, and so on. And it got to like the fourth day, and we were like, should we just do an album? Because like we were writing so fast. By like not even halfway through the trip, we'd already written an EP's worth, and we were like, why don't we just do like a small album? Like we just keep doing all these songs. But it was nice because it was like we were just writing. It's the first time in my life where I've never gone into a session and been like, okay, I really want to write a song like this. I really want to write, like, pulling up Spotify being like, I want to write a song like Sasha Keeble's song, like I want to write like this, blah blah.
Yeah.
We were just writing. So
Writing for the sake of writing is actually always
exactly.
so nice.
It's really, really, really therapeutic and really like I was just writing really prolifically.
I feel like that's when it like most naturally comes out.
Yeah, when you just kind of write. But what's funny is like when you listen to the album now, it pulls from a lot of different genres. And I was listening to it the other day and I was like, I actually don't know what genre this is. Like when I explain, like I always say I'm like R&B neo soul, because I wouldn't say I'm fully R&B. I wouldn't say I'm fully neo soul either. But there's even like a little bit of, there's one song that's not super, I don't want to say indie, but like a little bit more singer-songwritery. And it's crazy because like, obviously on my Instagram and my TikTok, my social media, it's super like singer-songwritery, like super just me and my guitar. So I wanted some influence of that. There's just a lot of different influences.
That's so fun. I'm actually, again, I'm so excited.
I'm excited too.
I always find it's really nice to listen to like the progression of people's albums, like the first album to the second, and then like onwards. You can hear how they also, because your first album was when you were 16, 17?
Yeah, 17,
and you're 23 now. Like, people grow so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that kind of brings us to an end. Have you got any gigs?
How long has it been?
I don't know.
I don't even know. It really flows by. It's kind of crazy.
That's what I mean. Like, it always flies by. So, and then I check, and I'm like, oh, we've only been talking 20 minutes. And I check.
Yeah,
it's
been 3 hours.
An hour. We'll see if you've hit the hour.
Oh my gosh! If I get hour and 10 minutes, I'm gonna scream. I hope mine's the longest out of anyone's ever.
Keep going longer and longer and longer. I really want to do an episode like in the future where I invite back people who've done it, and it'll be like a fun, like, oh, what have you done since then? I need to come up with a different set of questions because I've already asked all the like normal questions. But yeah, I mean, as usual, I'll link Nyah and everything. You have TikTok as well, right?
Yeah.
I'll link all her stuff down below. I guess, the second song will be coming out
by this
soon.
Yeah, it will be announced by the time this comes out. I think it'll, if I had to guess, I'm going to predict, I think the second song is coming out in 9 days after this.
Whoa, okay.
I don't know, I'm putting it out there, I'm predicting.
So like, go and pre-save, I'm sure.
Yeah,
like, there'll be
the pre-save link will be out.
Go pre-save it. Actually, you know what? If you send it to me, I'll put it in the link as well.
Oh, genius. Yeah. Wait, now I have like a deadline. I don't know if I'm going to meet that.
1st of May, you have to have it pre-saved. Yeah. Thank you so much for being on this.
Thanks for having me.
And I'm sure I'll see you on a future episode.
Definitely.
But do you want to do a cut finish?
Oh, yeah.
As well?
Okay, so
I don't know. What do you want to say?
Tape 5?
Yeah.
Or, well, tape 5, cut.